On July 30th of 2024, Death Battle's Kickstarter went live, quickly raising enough money to allow the series to go independent. One of the donation tiers allowed the option for the donator to pitch a matchup directly to the creators themselves. And you know who's one of the lucky few who jumped at the opportunity to embarrass himself in front of two of his biggest inspirations? That's right! On Wednesday, March 26th, I got to be in a private voice call with Ben and Chad to discuss the potentials for a matchup of my choosing, and even got to record the call to show to all of you. Unfortunately, I can't really claim to be experienced with live presenting.
Sorry, I don't know why that keeps doing that.
Or using Google Teams.
Hang on, dang it. Okay, I gotta fight.
Now we gotta go back to the presentation.
Right. I am so sorry. I am not used to presenting these sort of things.
No worries, it's all good.
Or OBS Studio. So, in summary, there were highs and lows. But I'm still pretty happy with how my overall presentation went. Now, enough stalling on my end. Without further ado, I present a matchup pitch by Flippy Switch.
Now, before I get to the pitch, I'd like to introduce myself. I go by Flip Dante Switch, also known as my stage name Philip Ryder. I am a voice actor, writer, video editor, artist, gamer, versus matchup enthusiast, and semi-professional purveyor of the lesser appreciated. That normally goes for versus matchups, but also series, characters, that sort of thing also falls under that.
Okay, we need to get business cards, Chad, that have
semi-professional purveyor of the lesser.
I mean, I've got a spare. I'm sure I can give you. Now, you may know me from the Death Battle AMVs I've made on my channel FDS Deathmatch Makers. I also voice act for some of Raccoon Bros' review videos as Deadpool. I also did a video for Smash Bracket voicing Robin.
Awesome.
Now, I know you both have had several incredible matchups pitched to you over the past month or so, I'm sure. These ones being just a few of the ones I know about. Some incredibly complex ones as well. Deep connections, powerful themes, long-standing legacy, the works. Well, wouldn't you like something a bit simpler? Well, what can be simpler than returning to Monkey? So, we'll start out with a quick trailer that I made here.
FDS Deathmatch Makers presents!
Okay. I'm very interested to learn more about Specter.
So yes, my matchup is Specter versus Mojo Jojo. So are you guys familiar at all with Ape Escape?
A little bit, but I don't know who Specter is.
A little bit, but I don't remember anything from the story.
I will be more than happy to teach you. The connections are both are super-powered apes with enhanced intelligence and cool helmets. Both have the capability to be either cartoonishly evil or truly menacing. Both were given their intelligence by a kind-hearted professor, Professor Utonium from Mojo Jojo, and the Professor from Ape Escape. Both can be credited as the catalysts of their respective series. Mojo created the Powerpuff Girls, and Specter is the reason the apes have escaped. So both have attempted to overthrow humanity with enhanced monkeys. Both have traveled through time, both have vast arrays of high-tech weapons and giant robots at their disposal, and both are consistently defeated by children. Granted, super-powered and incredibly determined children, but children nonetheless. So like I said, I'll start off with the one that you're more familiar with, Mojo Jojo. Originally, Professor Utonium's chimp lab assistant named Jojo, he was notorious for breaking everything in the lab, including the container of Chemical X that would give the Powerpuff Girls life. With his brain now mutated to allow him to talk, think complex thoughts, and understand emotions like envy, he quickly became jealous when the Powerpuff Girls took all the professor's attention and ran away from the lab, dedicating his life to overthrowing the girls and overthrowing the city and destroying the Powerpuff Girls. Even though he's the most persistent villain of the Girls' Rogues Gallery, he's actually succeeded in saving the world more times than he's conquered it. I'll go into a couple examples later. And he once went back in time to kill Professor Utonium as a child. But he was not only stopped by the girls, and the incident ended up inspiring the professor to get into science in the first place. The Chemical X has mutated his body and mind, giving him incredible strength and intellect. His giant brain allows him to build complex technology, manipulate his enemies, and learn enough culinary skills to be considered the #1 chef in Townsville. His mutated muscles allow him to not only to survive nigh daily beatings from the Powerpuff Girls, but he also once defeated an alien warlord that resembles Galactus with nothing but his primal rage and a stale baguette. Now, on the topic of his inventions, he's got plenty. Missiles, lasers, rays, a whole pile of them. He's got several hovercrafts. He has a machine that allows him to copy the Powerpuff Girls' Chemical X powers. He has a growth machine that, although it looks like a simple bike pump, can turn people to the size of buildings. And, of course, so many giant robots that resemble him. But his most powerful form is the one that he got in the Powerpuff Girls movie. By injecting Chemical X directly into his brain, he grows into a kaiju, or as he calls it, Mojo Jojo. He grows to the size of a skyscraper and can now breathe fire, shoot spiked hair projectiles from his arms, and make thunderclaps simply by clapping his hands. But,
Amazing.
Of course, he was defeated by the Powerpuff Girls and got unmutated back to his normal form by Antidote X. Now, with Mojo done, let's discuss the lesser known of our two subjects, yet the personal favorite of mine, Specter. He was originally a simple juggling albino baby monkey at Monkey Park, until he accidentally got his hands on an intelligence-boosting pink-point monkey helmet. And what were the first thoughts that passed through his enhanced mind? Why, vengeance against humanity for mocking him and world domination, of course. He leads a horde of millions of enhanced monkeys in his crusade against humankind, traveling through time and almost making Planet of the Apes real, attempting to turn humans so lazy that they can't resist an ape uprising, turning humans into mindless couch potatoes so he can chop the planet in half, the works. And he would almost get away with it each time were it not for a spiky-haired anime kid with a toy lightsaber and a monkey net. Moving on to his abilities. He not only got his intelligence boosted by the helmet, but he also unlocked several apparently latent psychokinetic abilities, several of which you can see in the GIFs here. He's got telekinesis, teleportation, psychic projectiles, shields, illusory clones, brainwashing, matter phasing, all that Mewtwo-adjacent goodness. For physical technology, he has stun clubs that resemble those of his rival Spike, his trademark hover throne that comes in a variety of styles. Some are equipped with missiles, some have electro rays, tractor beams, force fields, and grabby hands. His biggest invention, ironically, is the Nano Cannon and Mega Nano Cannon, which can shrink humans down to the size of bugs. And in the anime, yes, there is an anime, he has a machine that turns every human on Earth into one of his monkey minions. And it was only barely stopped by Spike. And, of course, he has several giant mechs and space stations, such as the Battle Cruiser, which is a standard, flight machine, his various Goliath mechs, which are giant monkey-shaped mecha, the space station Saru 3, which is equipped with a rocket capable of splitting the Earth in half, and I don't really know the name of this, but he has a Voltron-style robot that can eclipse the Earth, takes dips in molten lava, assemble continents like jigsaw pieces, and play bowling with planets.
So the game where you go around and catch the monkeys got wild.
It got incredibly wild. The basis is Specter slowly gets more and more insane and convoluted with every defeat.
Alright.
So, for an example of what a fight could consist of, I have a couple ways prepped to show examples. Firstly, as I am a voice actor, I whipped up a quick audio drama that could basically kind of go over how I feel the inciting incident would occur.
What? Is that all you've got?
The city of Townsville is currently running for their lives! The streets are flooded with helmeted monkeys wreaking havoc on the human citizens, and alongside them is a massive monkey-shaped mech blowing up buildings, crushing cars, and causing general mayhem. But strangely enough,
The mastermind behind this attack isn't the same monkey the citizens have grown accustomed to.
Everything is going according to plan.
I was a genius to schedule my rampage during Spike's summer camp. Now nothing can stop that! What was... Well, speak of the devil.
Hey! You'd better have a good explanation for interrupting my world takeover, buffoon!
You fool! Are you truly so blind, deaf, and mindless that you would dare to plan to think to attempt to take over the city of Townsville that I, Mojo Jojo, have already claimed, chosen, and called dibs on overthrowing? And I am not a baboon! I am Mojo Jojo, the fearless, evil, mutated monkey mastermind whose name is Mojo Jojo!
Well, that was certainly an explanation, but not a good one.
Then allow me to explain further. With my giant robot giant fists!
All right, now I'm angry. Monkey or not, if you're going to stand between me and world domination...
You'll get no mercy!
Okay, back to this. I have a couple of videos on how I think the fight could go down. It starts off with them rampaging through Townsville, eventually bumping into each other and getting in each other's way. Then they duel for a bit, and then eventually I figure Mojo gets knocked out of his mech, and he does not take it well. He goes into a primal rage and basically tears apart the Goliath mech with his bare hands. Then once that happens, they're face to face with both of their armies of monkeys. Specter has his people monkeys, and Mojo has his mutated Mojo monkeys. They could go through their different weapons, their different vehicles, etc. Ramping up, Mojo mutates, and Specter gets in his battle cruiser for a nice King Kong callback. Just him hanging off a skyscraper and swatting at it. But the climax, of course, goes past the planet. Specter gets in his Voltron, and Mojo gets grown with the growth machine that I showed earlier, and they fight on the surface of the planet. I think that would be amazing. And then as for the death, I mean, you know the old saying, we don't know with what weapons World War III we fought, but World War IV we fought with rocks. So I figure the death would basically just be the equivalent of monkeys bashing each other with rocks.
Got it.
Maybe, except the rocks are like planets or space stations, that sort of thing.
Right, yeah. I no idea the scale that this would reach.
Yeah, believe me, it gets crazy. Like I said, I'm a voice actor, so I came up with a couple of hypothetical VAs for both the monkeys. So, my first thought for Mojo Jojo was obviously Brock Baker. Incredible voice actor, does a lot of cartoon villains, including Mojo Jojo. But if you want someone you've worked with before, I'd recommend Lucas Schunemann. His Goro voice, I feel, could translate well into Mojo Jojo, and he's already proven he could do a great evil laugh with Joker. As for Specter, I feel like either Mark Soskin, his DBZ Android 17 voice, is perfect for Specter, and of course Michael Kovac has proven that he can crush any and all snarky characters given to him. Also, I am an option. I would love to do this. It would be dream come true. Anyway, that will be the end of my presentation. Thank you for your time again, and thank you for inspiring me. Do you have any further questions?
I'm just blown away by the scale of this. I was like, oh, this will be fun. But like, again, not knowing how crazy Ape Escape was, and just the fact that you were like, oh, the beginning of the fight should be them in their giant mechs already like tearing through the city because there's still some more to go. It's like,
to be fair, like the final boss in every Ape Escape game is not the giant robot. It is Specter. You have to knock him out of the giant robot and then face him. So I figured that would be a good place to start it.
It's very much monkey Lex Luthor's attacking.
Exactly. Precisely.
So they start with the big guns, and then they just upscale it from there to the bigger and bigger
Kind of like Wario versus King Dedede, in a sense.
Yeah. I dig it. Like, I had no idea what... I didn't know what the plot of Ape Escape was.
Yes. Oh, believe me, I would love nothing more than to gush about
and they were escaping.
Another couple hours or so, but yeah.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah, super,
I dig it. Yeah.
Super fun idea. I feel like one of them having the helmet. That's like a down. What happens if the helmet gets knocked off?
If the helmet gets knocked off, he does revert back. But I feel like Specter's moveset and some of his abilities could keep away pretty much anybody who would try to get close.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah. Like that would be one of the potential cons.
Exactly.
Yeah. Fun, very fun idea.
Yeah.
Right,
very
I am
creative.
psyched
Also,
that you enjoy it.
love the presentation. You nailed
Yeah, great.
it. It looked great.
All right. I'm glad you liked it.
Amazing stuff. Yeah, like Chad mentioned, if you want to send it
Yep.
to that
I
email.
will definitely do that.
Yeah,
I'm
then we
also
can
going to be
check out the
uploading it to
video.
my YouTube channel after this. Just
Awesome.
Okay. Cool.
So yeah, I'll send that to you, and hope you guys enjoy it. And best
Thank
of
you
luck
so much.
with
Yeah.
the presentation.
Thanks. Thanks for your support. We really appreciate it.
My pleasure. See you around.
All right. Great talking with you.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, that was so stressful.